today on an all-new Dr. Phil.
My daughter pretends to be a cheerleader to catfish boys.
I've not told anyone that I'm a cheerleader, not recently.
Are you ready for a hot bod? Here we come cheer camp. You posted that 2 months ago.
Well, I don't remember doing that.
Is this the face of a pretty little liar?
She's fabricated 2 pregnancies.
That I know of.
Your mother is concerned that you are willing to get pregnant to trap a boy.
That's freaking nuts.
I found Ryan soliciting sex for money on Craigslist.
You said you've never posted anything on Craigslist.
I did post to be a babysitter.
I'm at my house and no one's home. Then you include a picture that we can't show here. Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
I try to be an emotional compass and point you in the right direction.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. Okay, I want you to take a look at this dating profile. Now, Ryan describes herself as a bubbly blonde cheerleader who spends her summers at cheer camp on top of her squad's pyramid. She says she likes hanging out with her friends, and she's proud that she never parties with the wrong crowd. She also claims she's a good girl at school who's saving herself for the right guy. But her mom, Shannon, says, boys, beware, because her beautiful 18-year-old daughter is a pathological liar and a catfish who will say anything to land her Prince Charming. And once her trophy is caught, Shannon says her daughter Ryan will fight tooth and nail to keep her hooks in, even fabricating pregnancies to keep a boy on her line. Take a look.
My daughter is a pathological liar. I believe Ryan has a major personality disorder. She likes to pretend she's other people, especially through social media. She pretends to be a cheerleader. On her Facebook pages, you will find cheerleaders that look like they're on a squad with her. I don't even know the teams because none of those are for the schools that she ever belonged to. Ryan wants the life of being the head cheerleader who is going to get the popular boy. Ryan sprained her wrist once from a bicycle accident, but she told the boys on social media that it was due to being on top of a pyramid and the girls dropped her. It's her fantasy world. Ryan wants to be an MTV reality star. One of her favorite shows is Catfish. I'm like, you are one of those girls. This is one of her personalities that she uses to catfish boys. She wrote, "Are you ready for a hot bod? Here we come cheer camp." And she's not actually ever been to a real cheer camp. Ryan has told people that she has traveled the world with her biological father, whom she's never met. In the beginning of elementary, her friend was getting attention because she had a new puppy, so Ryan said she got a new puppy too. She also said she had a sister, which she did not have. Ryan told the boy that she had fainted at school. She said the doctor ran a test and said that she was pregnant. She never went to a hospital. She never saw the doctor. Never a pregnancy test done. The boy freaked out. She was texting back and forth with one of the boys. The boy responds, "My life is over." And he responds, "No, it's not." And he also responds, "Say it's someone else's no matter what." So I called the boy and I just told him that my daughter was crazy and he needed to stay away from her. She wants the boys to think that she's pregnant so that they'll commit. She wants a baby more than anything. Her plan in life is to trap a boy. She paints this picture to all of them and they have no idea who she really is.
Well, Shannon says all Ryan's lies are because she is obsessed with boys. Now, from sneaking on to military bases in order to sleep with soldiers to attempting to leave the country and disappear from home for a boy she met online. Now, her mom says nothing is off limits when Ryan sets her sights on a target.
Ryan gets attention from boys. She is on a high. She is bubbly, the greatest person to be around. At any given time, Ryan could be talking with 30 guys. Ryan is sexual with the boys that she's meeting online. I've seen videos. Ryan has run away a couple of times. The first time she met a boy online in Canada, she flipped out because I wasn't going to let her leave. She'd done all the research on how to renew her passport, so she freaked out. She was so angry that she started walking around with one of her bats. I called the police out. They calmed her down. They were quite impressed at how much research she had done to move to Canada. When Ryan ran away the last time, when I got home, my car's not there. And then I get in the house, I found the closet was empty. Everything's gone. I discovered Ryan was staying at the base in the barracks. Every other week, it's a new boy and it's a new love. Every time I go online, I never know what I'm going to find. It does not end.
Okay, Shannon, I want to just figure out everything you know and we know before she comes out here. And for those of you at home, moms, you need to hit record on your DVR if you haven't, because we're talking about some very important things today. This online dating can be great. If you're of age, you do it right and you take the right precautions. But it can also be extremely dangerous. And young girls are going on these sites. They're meeting guys that they don't know who they are. They're giving too much information. They're meeting them in the real world. And bad things not can, but do happen. So you say she wants this MTV life. She wants to be the head cheerleader, dating the captain of the football team. She's got this fantasy world that she's after.
Yeah, she thinks it makes her more attractive and more popular.
And she's traveled the world with her biological father. When was the last time she saw her biological father?
She's never met him.
Never met him?
She has never met him. She's never seen him, never met him.
Yeah. She's also told us that she's met her biological father, that she's talked to him. She didn't say she traveled the world with him, but that she's met him, talked to him, the whole thing. So she's got different versions of these lies.
Correct.
Now, she's fabricated 2 pregnancies?
Yes, 2 that I know of.
One that she was 16.
Yes.
Who was the target in that?
So this was a boy she met online and brought him to our home. She tells the boy that she fainted at school. The paramedics came, took her to the hospital, where the doctor told her that he says she's pregnant.
Is this the boy you got in touch with?
Yes. I told him she was crazy.
And what did he say?
He said, okay. He was a little afraid of me, so he agreed with everything I said.
And when you confronted her with it, what does she say?
She's like, well, I thought I was.
And then the second pregnancy, she posted on Facebook.
Yeah, she had mentioned it to a couple of the girls on Facebook and said she had taken a morning after pill, which she did, and I still have it.
Now, she's going to a military base and hooking up with cadets there, right?
Yeah, she was actually living on it.
Can you do that?
No, you cannot.
She's sneaking on.
Correct.
And sneaking into their quarters?
Sneaking into the quarters, and they're keeping her in there.
Where do they put her at night? Is she like in a barracks or?
So they're in the barracks. She was in a certain part of the military base, and they have usually 2 people to a room. So she's able to stay with them if the roommate allows it, if they even have a roommate.
If they were to get caught, they would be in serious trouble.
Yes, they can get court-martialed. There's all kinds of reprimand that can happen.
You said something that kind of jumped out at me that I want to be sure that you and everybody watching this is very clear about. You said, I'm not too worried about her being raped because Ryan seems to be more than willing to have sex with these guys.
Yes.
I don't want to alarm you, but I do want to alert you. Rape is not about sex.
Correct.
Rape is about power and abuse and violence.
Correct.
So her willingness to have sex does not inoculate her to being raped.
Right.
And if at some point things were getting out of hand and she was getting scared and she said, I want to leave, things could get way, way out of hand. So the fact that she is a willing participant in a consensual relationship does not keep her from harm's way. And if she's hooking up with people that she knows nothing about other than they have a computer or a phone with the ability to get on the internet, that's a pretty low standard, as you know.
Correct.
That could be anybody from a serial killer to a nice guy.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's a crapshoot you don't want your daughter taking, right?
No, absolutely not.
And that's your concern.
That's the biggest worry.
Yeah. Now, Ryan is here and says it's her mom who is the liar. Shannon does admit when Ryan ran away to be with a boy, she did let her go. She even gave his parents $100 and a thank you note. We'll talk about that when we meet Ryan after the break.
My mom thinks I'm the devil, and it's crazy because I'm really not. My mom is pathetic, childish, and often confused. I honestly believe that she needs help.
And later, you said you've never posted anything on Craigslist.
I did post to be a babysitter.
Define babysitting. That's you.
You're right.
You see why I didn't want to show that.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil.
Tell me what happened the night that Chrissy went into the coma.
The last time viewers saw Nick Gordon.
I miss Chrissy and Whitney so much.
Dr. Phil arranged for rehab.
Bobby Christina Brown, the daughter of the late music legend Whitney Houston, has died.
Now, the autopsy results are in, and Nick Gordon sits down to look Dr. Phil in the eye.
I want to give you a chance to set the record straight.
The exclusive interview.
That's the lowest point in my life right there.
Where you left money in the will by Whitney. Photos surfaced of Chrissy smoking out of a bong and snorting cocaine. Did she have a drug problem?
Yeah, it got really bad.
Were you a bad influence on her? They say you punched her in the face and kicked her to the point she was on the floor screaming, and you dragged her up the stairs by her head.
And the question everyone wants answered.
Did you murder Bobby Christina Brown?
That's tomorrow.
My daughter told everyone I kicked her out because she was dating a boy. Well, she gave me the address, and I gave the family a note with $100 saying that, thank you for helping out with Ryan. Here's some money for some food. You shouldn't have to pay for everything. The more truth they found out about everything Ryan ever told them, they asked her to leave.
Now, Shannon says her teen daughter Ryan is a liar who will do anything to land a guy and live happily ever after. But Ryan says she's only here because she wants to get it through her, quote, mom's thick head that she is the one who needs help, not her. Take a look at this.
My mom is a little delusional and a pathological liar. She's pathetic, childish, and often confused. She thinks she's perfect. My mom's like a mean girl. Just kind of her cocky attitude, her smart mouth. My mom has kicked me out of the house 5 times, and she called the police on me. That was crazy. My mom and I got into a really big fight. I had to call Child Protective Services. We were pulling up to the stoplight, and we were still moving, and she opened the door and pushed me out of the car. My mom plays the victim. She uses all her stories saying that I'm some crazy, out-of-control teenager. My mom thinks I'm the devil, and it's crazy because I'm really not. And that's the thing. She's blaming everything on me. Her life, her past, her future, her present. My mom is always telling me that I need help, and I honestly believe that she needs help.
Well, if she needs help, you've come to the right place. Because I want to get to the bottom of this and figure out exactly what's going on. You said that you actually feel sorry for her because she's so delusional.
I do feel sorry for my mom.
Yeah. You say the way she sees you is very distorted.
Very, yes.
Because we asked you how you would describe yourself, and you said, quote, I'm a typical popular girl, but a good girl, not a party girl, don't drink much. And she sees you kind of as a renegade that's putting yourself in harm's way on the internet and with boys and things like that.
Seeing it from an outside view, it does kind of look crazy, but then when, in all reality, when you actually see me in those environments, when usually I'm just the babysitter and I take care of everyone.
Yeah. She's like, you don't do that stuff.
No, I
like
really
she
don't.
says that you were like posting stuff up on Craigslist and sending out explicit videos and stuff, and you're saying, absolutely not, you didn't do that.
No.
You've never posted on Craigslist.
No.
And you say you've not sent out explicit videos, sex videos, stuff like that. She's just delusional.
Yeah. That's...
Why would she say that?
I don't know.
But I mean, and you said she pushed you out of a moving car?
She did.
Boom.
Yeah, we were coming up to a stoplight, and we were in an argument, and she, like, opened the car door, and I was like, oh, okay, bye. And then my friend was like, dude, your mom's crazy. I was like, yeah, welcome to my life.
Yeah. She says that she brought you here because she tells people that you love Dr. Phil, but, in fact, you've only seen the show, like, maybe once.
Yeah, I've watched your show maybe once.
Yeah, okay, and for her to think all of that's one thing, and we'll get to that later, but why the hell have you only watched the show one time? I mean, we can get to this family dynamic stuff later, I mean, but the real issue here is why you're not watching the show.
Well, I don't really watch TV.
So does she have reason to be concerned about you, or does she just need to chill?
She just needs to chill.
Okay. She is concerned that you are, in her terms, catfishing people on the internet. She says you are making up lies, that you are willing to go to the lengths of faking pregnancies to trap boys, that you are willing to get pregnant to trap a boy. She says that you are willing to trade sex for money. Anything a boy wants, you'll do it just as long as you get his attention. I'm serious. She's saying sex videos and Craigslist and lying about pregnancies and creating this fantasy life of being a cheerleader when you're not, and all of this stuff. And she says that is delusional and dangerous, and that you're putting yourself in harm's way, and that makes her concerned about you. And you're saying that's absolutely not true. She's delusional.
Sorry, I just want to laugh. Okay.
So that's just not happening.
Yeah, I mean, I used to lie about being a cheerleader, yes. Because when we moved here, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be like the weird kid from out of town, so I need something.
So she's making all this up, not you.
Basically.
Why
I
would
mean,
she do that?
I don't know, like, that's extreme. Like, that's freaking nuts.
Well, next, Shannon claims that Ryan's need for male attention recently crossed a dangerous and illegal line that's something so shocking, Shannon says, it broke her heart. We'll be right back.
I found Ryan soliciting sex for money on Craigslist. One of the people that responded wanted her to take a video of her performing on a guy. Ryan was more than willing to participate with the gentleman and their request.
My mom says I have a mental disorder.
You guys said she ripped the wings off of a pet bird.
I did not kill my bird. You little bitch!
Your children have been removed from the home.
I'm in Hollywood right now, so how can I worry about my children?
I've been worried about your children.
Why don't you take them then, little witch? Off before I hit you on stage.
They believe a stranger is obsessed with their twin daughters.
She took my photos offline and made up a complete lie of her as their mom. My girls are in picture frames all over her house.
How did hundreds of pictures of their twins get on your Facebook page?
I honestly don't know.
You're a damn liar. You've claimed my girls as your own girls, and it's gonna frickin' stop.
He was a major league pitcher. Now his family says he's a drunk.
You've been self-medicating with alcohol because your dream got ripped from you.
I'm not a drunkard. This is that bottom of the ninth, man. You got to do this.
Recently, I found Ryan soliciting sex for money on Craigslist. Ryan was more than willing to participate with the gentleman and their request for the sexual acts. As long as she was getting paid, she was asking for $500 at least. One of the people on the Craigslist ad that responded wanted her to do homework, take a video of her performing on a guy. My daughter couldn't figure out how to get this, so she got one of her buddies to do a video. She just told a boy yesterday that we have an open house, stop by any time. I worry every day that she's going to either end up in sex trafficking or dead.
You said 3 years ago you lied about being a cheerleader.
Yeah.
Okay, why did you do that 3 years ago?
Because I was moving from Idaho to California. You're either going to be in a clique or you're not, and you're going to just be alone.
So you did that 3 years ago.
Yes.
This is a portrayal on your profile that was posted just 2 months ago. You just put this up 2 months ago, and it's a photo of the cheerleading squad, and the caption is, "Are you ready for a hot bod? Here we come, cheer camp." You posted that 2 months ago, and you've singled out your picture here in the middle and tagged it. Ryan. That's you, right?
Yeah.
You posted that 2 months ago. I have IT experts. You posted it, your computer, entry 2 months ago. Not 3 years ago, 2 months ago.
Okay, well, I don't remember doing that.
Your portrayal of being a cheerleader on Facebook, here's a message between Ryan and a boy on Facebook. Ryan, what about doing the splits? I didn't do cheer for nothing, wink face. Then the boy asked a very inappropriate question. And you said, well, I'm a virgin, so I better be. You remember that?
No. How long ago was that?
Okay, you don't remember. This is you, right?
Yes, that's my profile.
And this is you, right?
Yes.
And you remember saying this?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember saying this?
Yes.
Okay. So what part of this do you not remember?
The time.
There's more. 8 months ago, you were telling a soldier that you were at cheer boot camp. So, cheer camp, get up early, be at the gym at 9:45. Done. Once upon a time, there was a princess who liked a soldier. Stay brave, soldier. This excerpt from a note that you sent 8 months ago to a soldier. Mm-hmm. But that was a lie, right?
Yes.
That wasn't 3 years ago, that was 8 months ago, and that was a lie. So your mother's not delusional about that. That, in fact, is something that you're doing.
I don't do that. I have not told anyone that I'm a cheerleader. Anyone that I'm... No. Actually, I haven't told anyone. Not recently.
Did we just read this right?
I said not recently.
So define recently.
Like probably right after that 2 months.
We also said you're the good girl and you don't party. Here are some Instagram photos. Smoking pot the night of the Dr. Phil shoot.
What?
Numerous photos of Ryan drinking here.
Look, the photo of the beer pong, I didn't drink anything that night because all my friends were already drunk by that time. The middle, I was at my friend's house and we were babysitting her little brother. And we didn't have anything alcoholic in those red cups. And the one on the end with me with smoke, that's my friend's vape. That's nothing. You can see the vape in the very bottom corner. That's the tip of it. If it was weed, I probably would have showed the weed.
You did.
I didn't.
Now, Ryan's cousin, Trahan, believes Ryan purposely tries to get pregnant every time she sleeps with a boy. Now, we'll add her to the conversation after the break and see what she has to add here.
My cousin Ryan, she's on a mission to have a baby. She intentionally tries to get pregnant every time she has sex. Ryan is very vindictive when it comes to boys.
From lying and portraying herself as a bubbly, goody-two-shoes cheerleader online to engaging in reckless activity, Shannon says she is petrified for the safety of her teenage daughter, Ryan. Ryan says it's not true. Her mother's delusional. Shannon is not the only one who is worried, however. Ryan's cousin, Trahan, says she's not just concerned, but upset at Ryan's disregard for other people's lives. Take a look.
My cousin Ryan is very vindictive when it comes to boys. She's on a mission to have a baby because she wants to feel love. I think that she intentionally tries to get pregnant every time she has sex. The soldiers she tries to date, they're homesick and tired and lonely, and she swoops in and she just manipulates them. Ryan did threaten a military man that if he didn't continue a relationship with her, she was going to report him to his higher-ups. It is sickening. She could destroy their livelihoods. She could ruin their whole life. I'm terrified that Ryan's going to meet the wrong person and get raped or killed or forced into the sex trade.
Trahan, thank you for joining us. You've been listening to everything so far, yes. So you're up to speed on what we're doing. You're concerned with her disregard for the impact of what she's doing on other people, that some of these soldiers, for example, could get in a lot of trouble. They could get discharged. They could get dishonorably discharged. They could get in trouble for what she's doing, and you're saying she doesn't seem to be concerned about that.
No, not at all.
Have you talked to her about it?
Yeah, when she ran away and she came to stay with me for about a week, I was very clear. Like, they can get kicked out. They can get just in huge trouble. It could ruin their whole career. And her response to me was that they know what they're doing when they have me in there, and they're her friends, and she would never get them in trouble.
Well, but that wouldn't be up to you, right? If they get caught with you in there and that's against the rules, then they would be in trouble. It wouldn't be up to you.
I know, I always tell them. That's the thing. When I hang out with my friends or if I stay with my friends, they always know, and I always remind them every second.
One of the most outrageous things that your mother said, and you made a really disgusted face, shocked face, when she said it, is she said you had actually posted things on Craigslist about sexual activities, and you said you've never posted anything on Craigslist. You said that's where people go for, what, plumbers and carpenters, I think is what you said. That you've never posted anything on Craigslist, that she's just crazy for even saying that.
I did post to be a babysitter.
Define babysitting. Well, I'm kind of learning with you that I need to be very precise.
Because, like, I was on care.com. Like, at that point, I was desperate. I was staying with my cousin, and I just needed a job. But I was never going to sell myself for money.
Well, here's what you posted on Craigslist. I need any kind of work fast. I turned 18 in January. I have no experience. Please, nothing sexual. You got some responses, right?
Mm-hmm. But I did not send pictures.
That's you.
You're right.
You see why I didn't want to show that. Well, here's what you posted on Craigslist. I need any kind of work fast. I turned 18 in January. I have no experience. Please, nothing sexual. You got some responses, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had to not make graphics out of these because FCC really wouldn't permit that. One individual, your first conversation, hi, $500 for a half hour of your time to organize my garage, haha. I'm so attracted to you. Additional cash, organize my garage, then after party with me. We'll drink, party, total earnings $800. What do you think? Name? You respond, my name's Elizabeth. When and where? He says, so nice to meet you. To be honest, do you think you can party? And he defines it, drinking, getting high, hooking up with me. This way we don't waste our time. If you're agreeing to garage organizing, apparently he does want that garage cleaned up. But afterwards, we do want a party. Please reply yes to both. To confirm the party includes sexy hot pics of you. The pics show me you're serious. Your reply, yes.
But I did not send pictures.
Second conversation. You are perfect. I hope you're real, excited to be spoiled with $2,000 a week and ready to have fun earning it, ready to Skype with you. Your response is, my Skype username is X and I can Skype anytime. Number 3, sorry, some things came up with my mom. Then you include a picture that we can't show here. I'm at my house and no one's home. That's you.
You're right.
You see why I didn't want to show that. You said you're not sending photos and you just got on there to babysit.
I never did anything wrong. There was one picture and that was it.
We asked you if you had pictures and videos and
Right.
things, and you said yes. And we said, you can send us some of those, but please don't send us anything that crosses the line, because frankly, we don't want to be in receipt of that.
Right.
What you consider crossing the line, what we consider crossing the line is two different things, because you sent some things that I did not see, because when my staff received it, I said, I don't want us to be in possession of
Right.
that, because it was very
Explicit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. You say, you know, you're the good girl. You posted on Twitter, when Hickey's hurt so blanking bad, with a picture. Then questions on your dating site 2 months ago, who's the sluttiest girl in school? Ryan, me, ha ha ha. Photo with tongue out. Question on Ryan's dating site, the amount of dudes you fool around with is startling. I see you making XXX movies in the future. Ryan, oh, totally. Those provocative statements bring out creepy people.
And that's the people that I don't talk to.
But how do you know?
Because I don't talk to a bunch of people.
But
That's
they
the
could
thing.
be anyone online.
I know.
There's so many shows and so many stories. They're everywhere. They could be 50 years old and you don't know. Just like you have the cheerleading pictures. You don't know them. People do that all the time. But you aren't getting it.
Shannon says Ryan's, quote, what she calls daddy issues might be behind her bad behavior. So what is the real story behind Ryan's biological father? We'll talk about that after the break.
Not having a dad is something that my mom likes to blame all of my problems on. Literally, she'll say, you are obsessed over guys because you don't have a dad. And I'm just like, no, I like all these guys because I'm straight and I'm a female and I'm young.
When did you meet your biological father?
Like a year or two ago.
Yeah. And where'd you meet him?
I just kind of walked into a store and apparently he owns it. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. What town?
I don't remember.
What state was it in?
Anchor's in Arizona.
You met your biological father for the first time.
For a brief minute.
And it wasn't a memorable enough occasion that you even remember what state you were in.
Because I don't really care. I mean, I was curious, but if I was that curious, I would have announced myself.
He didn't know it was you.
No.
Well, we did some digging, and we did locate him, and he gave us this statement. I was unaware Ryan was my daughter. I wasn't aware I even had a daughter until Dr. Phil Producers told me I did. Shannon and I got in a huge fight 19 years ago, and I haven't spoken to her since. I had heard rumors Shannon had a child, but I assumed if it was mine, I would have been told. I'm sorry to hear Ryan is struggling. I'm more than willing to be part of her life and help her in any way possible going forward. I don't really want to go down the trail of how accurate that is or not. I'm just telling you what the man said. Is there anything that has happened here so far today that has any impact on you whatsoever?
No.
What would make you think you are immune to danger?
I'm just smart and careful with my actions.
How do you know, Ryan?
You know, I tend to find that people are smartest when they're like 18. And they tend to get dumber as we get older. I wonder how smart this woman was. This was this morning's headline. We're media partners with Daily Mail. Body parts, including the head of missing mother of three, 40, are found dumped in a Seattle recycling bin. Man 37 who went on online date with woman to a Mariners baseball game is arrested. Today, this morning, I'm sure she was pretty smart too. But you are immune. You can go on and present yourself as something you're not and manipulate these guys. And what's going to happen is you're going to get in this relationship and they're going to find out that you've manipulated them. They're going to find out that you've lied to them. They're going to find out that you've tried to upset them, that you've tried to set them up. And they're going to get hugely pissed. And you're going to run into one of them that's got a problem with anger. You're going to run into one that's got a problem with impulse control. You got to run into one of them that's a psychopath, a sociopath, that decides that if you've lied to them, manipulated them, then you get what you deserve. And I don't want you to hear these words echoing in your head when you're being taken somewhere you don't want to go. And I think that you are the biggest obstacle between where you are and what you really want. And I'm going to tell you why I say that right after the break. Want to know what's coming up on Dr. Phil? Visit our website and subscribe to our email newsletter. You'll get weekly updates, life strategies, and exclusive video that you won't find anywhere else.
Plus, on drphil.com, you can see sneak previews of upcoming shows. Log on today.
The truth of the matter is you are a very attractive, intelligent young woman. You need to get out of your own way. If you'll quit doing all the things that you're doing, I think you will find that what you want will come to you. If you'll just be who you are instead of trying to make this happen. And I think you're selling yourself short. This is Miles Adcox right here, by the way. He's the owner and CEO of Onsite. And Onsite is a place that I believe to be the worldwide leader in intensive workshops that specialize in really helping people that have kind of lost connection with themselves. They're located on a beautiful ranch just outside of Nashville, Tennessee. So, Miles, I've seen the work that y'all do. I think you could really help her. What do you think?
I agree. I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb and agree with Dr. Phil and say you're smarter than the role that you're playing today.
I think you two have some healing to do on this front, and as a result, I'm going to make the same offer to you to spend that time at on-site to try to get some time here for you guys to do some healing here and get your feet on the ground for this family. All right, will you do that?
Sure.
Okay, I'd like to thank all of my guests today, and a special thanks to Miles Adcox and On-Site for offering help for Shannon and Ryan. On a personal note, we really have kind of a family here, and earlier this year, one of our crew that we all love very much had a pretty catastrophic event in his life, and that's our very beloved Pete. And for the first time after several months, he's gone vertical and is not back to work, but is back here today in the audience. This is Pete right here. Pete, stand up. Stand up, Pete. Say hello. Means the world of us to see Pete back here with his lovely wife next to him, and we're looking for you to be back here next year taking care of us again. So we look forward to it, Pete. It's good to see you back. So long, guys.
Memories can kill ya, but I didn't hear ya. I thought that I could fly, but woke up on the asphalt. I swear there was the last time. I've always been naive, call it